Hey gamers, this is Liz Davidson from Beyond Solitaire, and today I'm going to show you how to solo Railroad Inc., which is a little roll and write published by Simon, I guess, come on now, about drawing railroads and roads and trying to connect exits and not have routes that end in nowhere. Setup for this game is really easy. We're just going to grab a board, a marker, and if we were playing the expansions, we might take either these two meteor dice or these two lava dice, but we're just going to take the four main ones and show you the basics of how the game works. The board in Railroad Inc. is just a grid, and as you can see, it's lined by these exits, and connecting as many of these exits as possible is the main way to score points in the game. As you can see, the exits alternate between being railroad exits and road exits, and you will have to connect the correct type of pathway to each exit. What's also kind of handy is that you can see how you're going to be able to score up here. So as many exits as you connect, that's how many points you're going to get. And then you get credit for your longest road, your longest railroad. You get points for everything you build in these central spaces, since it's a little riskier to go out there. You lose a point for every kind of dead end or incomplete route that you put on the board. So if you have a railroad that just kind of ends and there's no station and it doesn't end in an exit, then you're going to lose a point. And that's basically how the scoring in the game works. You're also going to have like a little reference row up here that shows you the types of die faces that you could expect to see depending on what you roll. And then up here, these are special routes. And what they do is there's 6 options. You can only use up to 3 per game, 1 per turn. But if you ever see an opportunity to use one of these and put it on the board, then you can basically place an extra square on here, draw this shape in it, and cross it off for the remainder of the game. So I think the way we're going to do this is I'm going to show you a couple of sample turns, then I will play the game through so you don't have to watch me agonize about where to put roads and railroads and talk about scoring. So basically every round for 7 rounds, there's 7 rounds in the game, you roll all 4 dice, come back. And then you have to draw everything that you get on the board. So let's say that for this round, I want to maybe try to start connecting a couple of exits. So maybe I'll take this die. You can kind of rotate them as you see fit. So I'm going to draw this shape here. My handwriting is terrible, by the way. So we're going to do this. Then let's say that maybe I want to draw this die here and hope that I can get another curve to connect these later, which will connect 2 exits. So I'll draw 1 road. I just draw 2 fat lines, and then I draw like a skinny line with the hatch marks for the railroad. Otherwise, it gets really messy. The other thing that you should be doing is you're not allowed to erase things from previous rounds, so you just put round 1 and 1 in these little corners so you can figure out when you drew which thing. So if you're drafting for round 6, you don't accidentally erase something you did in round 3. The other rule for placement in this game is that you can either connect a die to an existing route or you can connect a die to an exit, but you can't just draw something out in the middle of the nowhere. So I can't put this here right now. I have to start either with this road here or kind of at the end. A lot of people space their dice out more. I kind of like to build from the corner, so I'm going to come here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put a road like this. And then with this curve, what would I like to do? Actually, I think I'm going to take this curve and I'm going to bring it out from up here. Let's try to connect things maybe this way. We'll try to go around the edge. We'll see if it works out. Who knows? So that was round 1. So now that those dice are drawn, basically you just go straight into round 2. So we're going to roll the dice again. So this time I got a different little assortment, and we'll draw them in again. So what this is right here is a station. It's a way to end a route that you're building, which is helpful. It also allows you to switch between different types of transportation. So you can go from road to railroad using something like this, because it allows you to end a road and start a railroad, or end a railroad and start a road, depending on how you decide to use that die. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one and I'm going to curve it down like this. That way, if I get another one of these kind of railroad things, I can just connect these exits to each other, which doesn't seem like a bad idea to me. It seems like it might work, maybe. And then for roads and railroads, let's see. Let's go ahead and start kind of building out maybe from some spots. right, so I know that this railroad, I don't want to put it, let's put it here. All right, so this is round 2. Let's put this railroad, let's put it right here. Maybe connect some more exits down here this way. We'll see. For the road, let's see where we'd like to put it. Maybe we want to pull it kind of out from the side. Like maybe we'll put this road here so we can kind of start building inward. And then, so that's 2. And then we'll have to figure out where to put this station, which kind of sucks because I don't like to end things too early, but it looks like I'm being kind of forced to, which I don't love. So let's think about like what I can do that's going to keep my connections pretty strong. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put the station here. That way we don't get too mixed up down here in the bottom of the board. And also, you get points for building into the middle, so I'm going to give myself the opportunity to kind of thread through here and maybe come up. All right, so I'm going to finish out this game, and then I'll come back to you for final scoring. All right, so here's a complete game of Railroad Ink. You can see that in rounds 3, 6, and 7, there will be an extra number because I used one of the special routes. So, you know, I just kind of added stuff to my board. So here's how scoring works. So I'll talk you through it. The main way of earning points is how many exits do we connect, which is what this arrow here on the scoreboard is indicating. So just so you know, see how these are like an overpass, but the routes don't actually connect. One passes under, one passes over. That means that this and this are not connected except that I loop around. So an overpass doesn't count. It has to be actual things connected through stations. That said, we do have 1, 2 going through here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there are 7 exits connected here. What that means is that we get 24 points for that set. Then here, I didn't do very well with exits. I only connected 2, and then this one doesn't count because it's an overpass. So that's going to be 4. So 24 plus 4 is 28. So that's 28 points. So next we're going to calculate for our longest highway. What that means is road spaces that are next to each other, not counting loops, not counting branches. Stations do not interrupt, so that's okay. You can just go through a station. So for us, the longest road is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I went for the longest kind of path. This is a branch off of the path that I went on, so it does not count. Just for clarity, you can even see in the rule book where this happens. So this is the longest road they scored. Note that this is all in blue, but this little extra branch did not get counted in that score. All right, so now we're going to talk about our longest railroad. Again, no branches, no loops. So I think we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Because these are branch offs that won't work. So it's going to be 11 points. Here, we're going to get a point for every central space that we drew in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now we're going to talk about all the massive points I'm going to lose because I always lose a ton of points in this game. So basically, the way that you figure out how many points you lost is you go through your board and you just put an X next to every kind of place where your trail ends without a real connection, no exit, no stop. So that's already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points lost. And then down here I actually did better. So that's 7, 8. But everything else down here looks pretty good. Yeah, so I lost 8 points. So what that means is that my final score is going to be, let's just cancel these out. So it'll be 29, 46. 46 points for that game. So that is Railroad Ink. It is a relatively simple but also deceptively frustrating roll and write about creating railroads and roads in the best configuration possible. If you enjoyed this video, please do like and subscribe to my channel. If you really liked this video, feel free to buy me a coffee to support the channel at the coffee link down below in the show notes. And either way, happy gaming.